Hello, everyone. X Walk Hill Bethelite here. And you guys know what amusement parks are places with rides. Ohio, you have a place called Kings Island. A lot of places, the amusement park is called Six Flags. There's Disney World, Disneyland. How do you guys feel about roller coasters? Let's say there was an amusement park with lots of rides, lots of roller coasters. And one of the roller coasters had an accident where a person flew off this roller coaster and died. And you find out that this isn't the first time that this has happened. There was times in the past where other people rode that roller coaster and some accident happened and the person flew off and died. So you find out that multiple times, not just one mistake, and then it was fixed, and then everything was okay, but multiple times, this roller coaster had a major accident and somebody died. Well, the question then becomes, after you have this knowledge, if you then get on that same roller coaster after knowing that there's been damages that have been done to other people, major damages, major problems. If you get on that roller coaster after that, that's when people have to start questioning your sanity. It doesn't matter if you don't like the other rides at the amusement park because you've got other choices, you've got other options, and it doesn't matter if you just like that ride. You like the name of it. The ride that has had multiple major incidents, you like the name of it. The ride makes you feel good. It doesn't matter. If you get on that roller coaster after people have flown off and died on it, major things, not anything minor, there isn't an excuse that covers you getting on there and putting your life in danger. And if you have a family, yeah, no, you're definitely not sane. If you have a family and you put that your family members in addition to yourself on this roller coaster after already coming to find out that there were major issues with it, where people have suffered serious damages, you're either stupid, insane, or somewhere in between. There's no excuse for that. It's the same with Jehovah's Witnesses. You have all these churches in your area. You got a selection of churches. And you have this one where people like the name of it, Jehovah's Witnesses. They like the name Jehovah. So you put that on the name of a church or a religion and they just like it. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel special. That name kind of stands out as different from others. But they have had major doctrinal issues with that religion. Nothing minor. Nothing minor. I'm talking major doctrinal issues where you have got full blown false predictions. Full blown false predictions. you've got an issue with trying to figure out who Jesus is. You're going to go to a church or a religion where they don't know who Jesus is. They're talking about he's Michael the Archangel. So they're confused, and you have got major doctrinal issues where people died believing false doctrine. Do you still go to the same religion, Kingdom Hall, after coming to find out that people died believing major doctrinal issues? A book a long time ago called Millions Then Living Would Never Die, and they're all dead now. I mean, major doctrinal issues. If you have got, which most people do, your choice of church, there's churches everywhere. You got your pick. You could go to any of them. But you still make your way to the one religion where you know they have had major doctrinal issues. People may have died as a result, as far as like blood doctrine issues and things like that. People have suffered greatly not having kids, and whole families probably dying out because they didn't have kids. The Jehovah's Witness religion was teaching them the end of the world was about to happen in only a few short years. So you have people selling homes, probably selling businesses before 1975, all kinds of things. If you have got major scandal doctrinally, scandal above and beyond any other religion in your freaking city, and you still go, there's something wrong. And if you go to the Kingdom Hall and bring your family with you, knowing the major doctrinal issues that they've got, then you're even more wrong. Like, that's beyond crazy. That's beyond reckless. Why go to a religious service at all if you're going to go to the worst doctrinal, the one with the worst doctrine? What's the purpose in going at all? It's the same as the amusement park where you have got rides everywhere. You could get on any ride. Why are you going to get on the one that's so dangerous that people are dying on it? You've got issues in any religion where a person or persons may not act right. There may be something where someone does something that they're not supposed to. That's anywhere. These religions have got a lot of people, and there's going to be times where people do things they're not supposed to do. You can't really completely avoid that. But as far as a church or a religion teaching blatant falsehoods, I'm talking end of the world prediction falsehoods and all kinds of mess, there's no excuse for you to be there. I don't care if you just like the name Jehovah's Witnesses. They thought of a name that was so good, it don't matter what they teach. If you go to the Kingdom Hall and you done drove past 15 different churches, and it don't matter what negative thing you can think of that somebody did, or you worried about a holiday, but the churches that you're driving past to get to that Kingdom Hall has never had the major doctrinal false predictions that the Jehovah's Witnesses have. then you out your mind. All the negative stuff that Watchtower can think up to say about another church don't amount. Doctrinally, it does not amount to the falsehoods, the blatant false predictions that Watchtower's taught. Oh, you have a problem where people think that Jesus is divine. Okay, but you can't tell the difference between Jesus and Michael the Archangel. You got two freaking whole different people mixed up. So what then? I mean, and then also, it's not like these churches have taught this for a period of time and then said, oops, we made a mistake. That's the light gets brighter, and then they change their teachings on Christ over and over and over again. These churches have been teaching this for a long time. Maybe you should learn and study and find out why they've been teaching that for so long. There's probably a reason. Watchtower can't get their teaching straight. They got to keep changing it because they keep messing up. Those are the people that you're going to trust? So you mean to tell me all these other rides at the amusement park haven't had any major problems at all, but you nitpick this little thing and that little thing about the ride, and you rather get on a ride where the people who work that ride, they completely forget to put people's harness, the little bar that holds you down, the seatbelt, they completely done blown that. They done completely forget to put it on somebody completely, and the person goes flying off the ride. Well, other rides, they've got festivities around it. You have got to be an idiot if you can't tell the difference between a religion like the Jehovah's Witnesses that blatantly, completely blow doctrines. They blow them so bad that they have to change them. And another religion that ain't never changed their doctrine. They've literally, in hundreds of years, have never gotten anything so wrong that they've had to flat out change the full doctrine. You got to be out your mind. That's literally the exact same as a roller coaster where they keep changing the design because people keep dying on it. And after they change the design, they done got that wrong too. And people keep dying from there. But you don't want to get on none of the other rides where they ain't had to change the design. Ain't nobody flown off. Yeah, there might be somebody in line acting up. But that's at any ride. Jehovah's Witnesses act up. That's why you got all the pedophiles with the Australian Royal Commission. Yeah, they've got Jehovah's Witnesses don't act according to Bible standards all the time either. Nobody does. But as far as a church flat out blowing doctrine, why would you go to a church that flat out blows the doctrine? That's just stupid. That's a level of self-awareness that you don't have that puts you amongst the mental handicaps. I'm telling you, I think Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm talking about the ones that they're not there just because they don't want their relatives to shun them. They're not there just because they know that if they go to a different church, that their mother or father or cousins or whoever is never going to speak to them again because they're freaking idiots. No, I'm talking about the ones that by choice go. If you by choice go, then you need a handicap sticker and you need to be able to park close at the grocery store and park close when you go out in the handicap parking, because you are mentally handicapped. There is something wrong with you. No one would debate this. No one would debate that. There was a amusement park. I don't recall the exact location, but it was a Six Flags ride, I believe, where, allegedly someone flew off of the Superman ride. I would never get on that after that. that they flew off the ride and died. Uh, and it was pretty gruesome. I hear they flew off, tried to grab a bar, and then the ride rolled over their hand, probably cutting their fingers off. Then they fell and died. People going through that, oh heck no, I would never get on there after that. If I heard that and said, yeah, that's the ride I want to get on, the one people are dying on, then yeah, nobody would think I was sane, and they would have every reason to do so. You don't need to be in the medical profession to tell when somebody is just blatantly, obviously slow. I mean, butter done slipped all the way off the biscuit, that they're crazy. Yeah, you need a medical professional to diagnose specifically what's wrong with them. But I know what's wrong with somebody who's blatantly, obviously dumb. They're dumb or crazy or slow. You pick. That's Jehovah's Witnesses. It is well known. You ain't gonna find a Jehovah's Witness that don't know about one of the false teachings. They done had so many of them. They're going to know about at least one or two of the false teachings. So yeah, they know about people done flown off the ride at least one or two times, and they still getting on the same ride, operated by the same people that are completely forgetting to put people's seatbelt and bars down. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So I completely understand why some people, they try to wake their family members up, but then other people are like, they're idiots. Let them go. Let them enjoy the stupidity. Another way you know that there's something wrong with Jehovah's Witnesses, most religions don't need to have a teaching where you have to marry somebody in that church. Most of them don't. Because a person has enough social and personal awareness to be able to go out and find themselves somebody to date. The church doesn't have to make it where somebody gotta date you. Like, these people are retarded. Ain't nobody going. Well, we're going to make a rule to make it to force somebody to force our members to date one another. You shouldn't have to have that. You know what I mean? Because most religions, even the Mormons, I think that, you know what I mean? They're not as crazy as Jehovah's Witnesses are. And I think a lot of people that become Mormon become that probably because they done dated somebody who was one. Right? So you got people that can function enough on the outside world to be able to date people and their church not have to control everything. Jehovah's Witnesses, their church has got to try to control their dating and everything and who they marry and everything. Like, these people can't function at all by themselves. And then another good point to think about is the people who their parents are Jehovah's Witnesses or their relatives or somebody that they're living with is a Jehovah's Witness. That puts them socially at a disadvantage because you're essentially living with somebody with a mental health issue, and you bring your friends over, and this relative comes out talking about the end of the world and Armageddon and this tired old system and you boys need to come to the Kingdom Hall. Now you got to explain to your friends why your relatives are freaking retarded and coming out and saying stupid stuff. I don't know if any of you guys have been in that situation where you live with somebody that's got some kind of mental health issue and they're freaking creating an environment where you can't have your friends over. You can't have people over because they're going to associate your relatives' retardation with you. They're going to think something's wrong with all of you. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. But yeah, there's no way that if once I heard that ride had somebody die on it, and then I found out that it was multiple times they had this accident, not just one, but multiple. Yeah, no. I mean, come on now. Most religions you might think of may have had one major, even if you can find a religion that maybe had a false prediction, most likely they gonna have just the one, and then they learn their lesson after that. Watchtower then had major false teaching after major false teaching after major false teaching, and these people literally think God is associated with not this church, not that church, not the other church. No, that one over there that's been getting their teachings wrong for the entire history of its existence. That's the one God is using. You have got to be. I'm talking, you not dumb, you plumb dumb. You got to be plumb dumb. Comment down below, let me know what you think. X Wall Kill by the Light signing out.